Good morning. Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Tuesday, July 1st. We're in July. Officially, to me, July is summer. So here we are officially in summer. I know June, blah, blah, blah. But July means hot summer. It is going to be hot today in Billings, Montana. We're going to be in the mid 90s, probably touching 100. We shall see. But we are here to look at the new releases that have been published this week. And on Tuesdays, we look at crime fiction and thrillers. And we might have time to look at some more of the cozy mysteries from yesterday. We shall see. Quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. We do every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoons. Okay, crime fiction and thrillers. The darker side, the grittier side, more graphic side. All right, first up, The Night Sparrow by Shelley Sanders. With the Nazi invasion of the Soviet Union, Elena Bruskina's world collapses. The ambitious university student and her Jewish family are quickly forced into the Minsk ghetto, where thousands are immediately murdered, including her father and brother. Then her younger sister is publicly executed on false charges, and her mother is shot. Alone with her grief, Elena escapes the ghetto, determined to avenge her family's deaths. Heading to Moscow, she enrolls in the Red Army's newly created Central Women's Sniper Training School. After rigorous training, she becomes a member of an all-female sniper platoon, a community of brave young women willing to give their lives to defend their country. Then Elena is chosen for a secret mission, a daring and highly dangerous plan to capture the face of evil itself, Hitler. Inspired by the real-life female snipers and interpreters in the Red Army during World War II, this book is a portrait of friendship, resilience, courage, and sacrifice under extraordinary circumstances. Good morning, Kim. How you doing? Are you going to have lunch today? It's Tuesday. The Medici Curse by Deco S. Offenorde. Oh. When aspiring artist Anna de' Medici Rossi inherits her family's opulent villa in Tuscany, she returns to a place steeped in tragedy and mystery. Living there as a child, Anna suffered from debilitating night terrors, frequently waking to find that she had wandered far from bed. During one such episode, when Anna was 12, her mother took a fatal tumble down the stairs. Vittoria's death was officially ruled an accident, but an heirloom ruby and diamond necklace was missing from her bruised neck. Suspicions suggest that Anna pushed her mother and stole the precious jewels. Being 12, what would she do with them? Anna, remembering little from that night, is afraid they're right. But if that's true, then what became of the necklace, which was long been associated with legends of a family curse? Now back in Tuscany after 16 years, Anna is shunned by the local townspeople as a killer who escaped justice, while only a few distant relatives and an old childhood friend offer solace. As she explores the sprawling villa, Anna uncovers hidden rooms and memories shrouded in fog, reigniting the violent night terrors of her youth. Plagued by unsettling visions and eerie occurrences, she questions her sanity and embarks on a harrowing journey to unravel the truth of her past. As her search deepens, she confronts shocking revelations that expose her to dangers she never anticipated. So blending gothic and supernatural elements. Sounded like it. Plan to. Good, says Kim. Party of Liars by Kelsey Cox. Today is Sophie Matthews' 16th birthday party, an exclusive black tie bash in the heart of the Texas Hill Country, where secrets are as deep-rooted as the sprawling live oaks. Sophie's dad has spared no expense and has renovated cliffside mansion, once thought haunted and shuttered for years from outsiders, is now hosting the event of the season. Then, just before the candles on the three-tiered red velvet cake are blown out, a body falls from the balcony onto the starlit dance floor below. Excuse me. It's a killer guest list. Danny, Sophie's new stepmother, who's been plagued by self-doubt ever since the birth of her own baby girl. Orlaith, the superstitious Irish nanny who senses a looming danger in the cavernous house. Michaela, the birthday girl's best friend, who is not nearly as meek as the popular kids assume. And Kim, the cunning ex-wife who has a grudge she can't let go. Everyone is invited in. Not everyone will get out alive. Edge of Honor by Brad Thor. 24th in the Scott Harvath thrillers. Good morning, Emily. Party of Liars is an Aardvark book club pick. I was noticing it had some blurbage there for like 2025 Goodreads anticipated read, but then I didn't look down at the reviews, but up top it shows somebody had put a 1 star, so we've got some mixed reviews there. Somebody will have to read it and report back. After 6 months abroad, America's top spy returns to a new administration, a new set of global priorities, and a power struggle the likes of which the United States has never experienced. Drawn into a web of deceit and deadly politics, Scott Harvath is thrust into a high-stakes conspiracy that could change the course of history. A cabal of shadowy elites is maneuvering for control, and if they succeed, they will bring the country to its knees. When trust is fleeting and survival means making impossible decisions, Harvath finds himself at the precipice. The actions he takes will shape the future of America and might cost him everything he holds dear. With enemies at every turn, one wrong move could push the nation over the edge. End of row 1. David Rosenfeld has a new one. I've read the first, oh my goodness, 31 books. Good for him. I read the first handful. Dogged Pursuit by David Rosenfeld. Andy Carpenter has spent the 3 years since graduating law school working as a prosecutor in Paterson, but having seen how the system never looks out for the little guy, he leaves to start his own practice as a defense attorney. His office might be a little bit of a dump, but he's excited to make a change. Andy goes to the shelter to adopt a dog where he meets his beloved golden retriever, Tara, for the first time. Oh, this is like a prequel. Okay. And feels an immediate connection. The shelter is crowded and Tara's been sharing space with a dog named Sunny. Andy hates to break them up, so asks to take Sunny too, but since there's a pending criminal case involving the owner, he'll need to get written permission for temporary possession. Andy discovers that Sunny's owner, Ryan Tierney, has been arrested for the murder of his ex-boss, but he takes an immediate liking to Ryan and his clear dedication to his dog and ends up with his first case along with 2 dogs. This does confirm it's a prequel. We love the Beagles. Good afternoon, Helen. How are you doing? And good morning, Mary. Happy Tuesday and welcome to July 2025. Emily says, hello, everyone. Mary says, hi, Helen. Hope it has cooled off for you. Yeah. And Emily, 1 month of summer break gone. And Kim says, how is it already July? I concur. Mary, off to volunteer at the library today for a little bit. Always enjoyable. Absolutely. Now, if I were doing that, several would follow me home. At least one. Deep Dive by Terry Shames, second in Jesse Madison thriller series. After a spine-chilling, I was going to say summer in the Bahamas, Jesse Madison jumps at the chance to join the FBI underwater search and evidence response team. 7 elite divers are trying to reach a World War II plane stranded at the bottom of the sea, close to the stunning Aeolian Islands north of Sicily. But the mission isn't going to plan. A series of increasingly terrifying incidents is rattling the team, and worse is yet to come. Is someone in the group trying to sabotage the operation? Why is the plane so important after 80 years? As Jessie uncovers disturbing secrets around the mission, her survival skills face the ultimate challenge. No deep underwater for me. Bad Blood by Sarah Hornsley. You can run from your secrets, but they'll always catch up with you. When criminal lawyer Justine Stone is handed the lead on her first murder case, she's thrilled at the chance to enter the big leagues, until she discovers that she recognizes the man on the stand. Jake Reynolds, her first love, who abruptly disappeared from her life years ago, and who is now facing charges for a grisly double homicide. If she's going to send Jake to prison for murder, she has to be sure, and that means heading back to their hometown to seek answers, a place she's been desperate to leave in the past. I'm sorry, you excuse yourself from that case. I don't care if it's your first lead. You have conflicts of interest. Back home after almost 2 decades, Justine is haunted by memories, not only of the idyllic love she shared with Jake, but darker recollections of the death of her beloved father and the weight of the small town's expectations. When her older brother Max goes missing, she starts to suspect that everything is connected, and with the date of the trial looming, she's running out of time to put the pieces together. I don't think I could read that with that. I'm sorry, you just wouldn't be involved in that case. Is it just me? Mary says, they always do feel like the Pied Piper only for books. Me too. And yarn. A Mother Always Knows by Sarah Strohmeyer. Okay, that looks like a scary cover. Stella O'Neill is just your average millennial working at a public library and worrying about making rent. No one would suspect she's been living under an assumed name or that she was raised in a Vermont commune of diviners where, as a 10-year-old, she witnessed her mother's brutal murder, a crime that has gone unsolved for years. But her quiet, anonymous existence is upended when a true crime obsessive posts her current name and location on the internet. Thanks. Now Stella has to get out of Boston before her mother's killer can find her and finish the job he started all those years ago. Fed up with living in fear, she heads to the off-the-grid retreat of her childhood to confront her mother's unhinged guru who controlled their lives for so long, the infamous Radcliffe Macbeth. Stella has two powerful assets, determination and a supernatural gift. Relying on her mother's beloved rose quartz pendulum, Stella will have to outwit the charismatic leader who's ruined so many lives and discover once and for all the true identity of her mother's killer before becoming his next victim. So the problem I have with this is the rose quartz pendulum. Anything can be a pendulum. A string of spaghetti can be a pendulum, and I've seen it and I've done it. So another premise I could not accept. End of that row. Let me shoot down another one. Oh, goodness. Line them up. I'm going to shoot them down. Mary says, I hate it when autocorrect just puts any word it feels like, especially happens after dashes. Or is it just happening to me? No, they're trying to control the world. Emily says, no, it happens, and I hate it when you have to type to what you mean to say several times and it'll correct you. Yeah. It's like, no, I want this word. No, you meant this one. No, I meant this word. Mary, you are correct about pendulums. Yes, indeed. And I use mine quite frequently, but anything will work. Sunburned by Catherine Wood. When Audrey Collette's ex, Tyson, calls, threatening to expose the skeletons in her closet unless she helps him figure out who is blackmailing him. You want to know why she's an ex? He's an ex because of that. She wants nothing more than to refuse. Though their relationship ended over a decade ago, the scars are deep. And since his tech company made him a billionaire, he's become more than a little eccentric and paranoid. But a foot has washed ashore in the Everglades. That's right, an actual human foot, encased in an Air Jordan. And Tyson is quick to remind Audrey that it's one whose long-dead owner they both have a connection to, a connection that could prove problematic if it got out. Audrey reluctantly agrees to meet Tyson at his home on the swanky Caribbean island of St. Barth's to help him figure out who in his entourage is extorting him and what they know about the secrets he and Audrey share. Once there, she realizes that each person staying at Tyson's lavish estate has a reason to wish him harm. Could the culprit be the gorgeous Belgian wife whose wings he clipped? The celebrity business partner he's essentially holding hostage? The older brother who's always been in his shadow? Or the sexy French butler he seems to trust more than he should? Audrey has only just scratched the surface of what's going on behind closed doors when Tyson's birthday dive turns deadly, and she realizes that one of the 7 people trapped on his yacht with her is not just a blackmailer, but a murderer. If Audrey can't catch the killer in time, she might become the next victim. Fog and Fury by Rachel Housel. After 10 years on the force, LAPD cop Sunny Rush relocates with her elderly mother to peaceful Haven, California to join her godfather's burgeoning PI business. What crimes could possibly happen in a town nicknamed Mayberry by the Sea? There's a couple generations who will not know what that reference is. Sunny's first case: find Figgy, a missing golden doodle, last seen sporting a Versace collar. At least scouting out a dog napper gives Sunny a chance to get to know her new neighbors. 48 hours in town, and Figgy's disappearance entangles Sunny in an unwelcome reunion with her ex, one of Haven's wealthiest citizens. Why are exes always super wealthy? And stick it out and enjoy it. Never mind. And when the body of a teenage boy is found along a popular hiking trail, Sunny is drawn into a web of strange beyond anything she ever saw in LA. Then comes a local's warning: question everything. Haven hides secrets that could destroy its idyllic facade, or destroy Sunny first. Runner 13 by Amy McCullough. A 250-mile foot race? Hell no. 7 years ago, Adri left the running world after a major scandal. She leveled an explosive and, as it turns out, career-ending accusation at one of the world's most celebrated coaches, and then he died suddenly. Now, after years away from the limelight, she's ready to run again. Adri is hungry for a challenge, and she's picked one of the toughest events imaginable: a 250-mile trek through the Sahara Desert, organized by a mysterious and famously sadistic race director. No kidding. It will be a true test of her will and her stamina, proof that after all these years, she can still do it. There's other ways. But she's also there to get closure on the mysteries that cloud her past. Was her family targeted by one of her coach's defenders? Was his death due to natural causes? Adri is determined to finish the race and to find the answers to these long-buried questions. But clarity is hard to come by out in the Sahara's extreme conditions. And as a number of runners start dropping out, smartly, some from the heat and others under more mysterious circumstances, it becomes clear that there's someone out there in the desert trying to stop anyone from winning by any means necessary. Oh, yeah. Not on your Nelly would I be doing that. That's all the crime fiction and thrillers we have this week. I'm kind of surprised actually that there are this many because, being a holiday week in the US. But we did have, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them? Cool. So tomorrow we'll be looking at romance probably, or you can let me know here. We're not having a show on Friday morning because of the holiday. My second favorite of the year. It's kind of tied for first. So we only have 2 more days to look at 3 days worth of new releases. So my plan was to do romance tomorrow and then the rest of the cozy mysteries on Thursday, unless you just want to do, say, drive-bys of romance and fantasy and science fiction tomorrow, quick, and then do cozies on Thursday. That might also work. Let me know in the comments, please. Mary says, going to see the new Brad Pitt movie this afternoon after my library stint. Think it is about racing, but don't really know. Haven't been to a movie theater in a long time, so it will be fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, Brad Pitt. Yeah. Weird to think that we're all getting older. Yeah. Did the Mission Impossible already come and go? I can't recall. Life's been kind of crazy. I could also put up a poll on the channel's page, and you guys can let me know that way if you want me to, which way you want me to go. Drive-bys tomorrow of romance and fantasy and science fiction, or just skip fantasy science fiction altogether, I guess is what it boils down to. So let me switch the banner. We're ending a little bit early, but that's okay. Gives me a chance to take a look at y'all. So Tuesday, yes, I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, or just close your eyes after a day. Cool off because it's going to be hot pretty much everywhere. Kim says, doesn't matter to me. Mary, like the idea of cruising through romance and sci-fi, but you pick Live Dangerously and Surprise Us. Oh, you guys are putting it on me. I'm trying to put it on you. All right. We might do drive-bys. We'll see. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate that you hang out here in the morning. I know it's early even on the East Coast. And if you watch later, thank you for watching later. I know it's early. Mary says, thanks so much. Hope everyone has a great day. Indeed, have a good time at the library and your movie. Kim, have a good lunch. And Helen, have a good evening. And everybody have a very good day. Keo says, okay, I heard the bell. It's time to go. And Kim says, either way, cozies on Thursday. Yes, we'll finish up the cozies on Thursday. Either way. All right, everybody. Be safe, be cool, be hydrated. And as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Have a good day. God bless.